Hello, my young theologians and scholars of religion. So I want to talk to you today about this unit of work you're looking at called What is Religion? And in this unit, you are studying not only specific religious teachings and ideas and the way that people are religious, but also you're looking at what is religion as a thing? Like, what is it to humans and where may it have come from? And you have already looked at some ideas around how we define what religion is. So how do we even say what is or isn't a religion? What does it mean to say something's religious? Is it different if it's spiritual or a way of life? And started to think about the term that we're using. And then perhaps today you're starting to look at what we mean when we say something's a cult, or is it a new religious movement? Is it a sect? Or what is it when a religion starts? Is it still the same as the religion as it is later, or do we change the name of it later on? So these are some of the ideas you've already started to unpack in your sessions for this unit. And now you might be coming to more ideas of the four gentlemen along the bottom of the screen. And I wanted to speak to you about this today to think a bit before we approach their ideas about why we're learning about them. Now, these four men on the bottom of the screen have all got ideas which can be quite challenging to someone who may have a religious belief or a faith in God or a spirituality, all those different terms that we said. And they can seem to be a bit challenging. And I guess I'm speaking from personal experience because when I grew up, I was a really strong Christian and I studied all of this at university and at college and everything. And I was really fascinated, but really challenged by these ideas. And I had to come to some sort of resolution because they're out there as ideas. And I had to think of, well, what's my relationship to those ideas going to be? How does it shape or inform what my beliefs are about God and the world and the meaning of life and the universe and everything like that? And really, what's important to remember is that the ideas of these four men that we're going to look at aren't necessarily something that all atheists agree with now. So you might look at some of the ideas that they have to do with religion and just be aware that not every single person who says, I don't believe in God, agrees with these four people. And is the same when we think of it the other way. You could believe in God and still agree with some of the things that they say. Maybe about other people's religions, if it's different to yours, or maybe even about your own. So I'll do some videos about each of them more specifically when you're unpacking each of those different thinkers. But I think it's really important to remember that we don't have to necessarily see their words and ideas as an attack on our own personal faith and religion. Perhaps they'll just help us to think about our religion in a different way. Perhaps they'll help us think about religion as a thing generally that's out there in the world. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to sort of challenge our own personal beliefs. You can completely disagree with them as well and think of why. So each time you're going to have the chance to evaluate it. What is it that you would say that you don't agree with what they've said? If they put one thing forward, how could you argue back and say, actually, I don't take that? And don't forget that lots of the ideas that these four men have today have been challenged and questioned and not necessarily accepted by everybody. So just remember, this isn't necessarily this unit about putting atheists and theists, people who don't believe in God and do believe in God against each other arguing. These are ideas that four very intelligent, learned, scholarly people have had about what religion is and what it means for humanity. And we're thinking about what does that mean for how we see religion, perhaps our own or just religions that are out there, this phenomena, this thing that's just been part of humanity as long as we could remember. And they are helping us to look at it and think about it. And we don't have to accept what they say. And we don't have to be personally challenged by it. But those views are out there. And we can start to look at them and think about them because that's what it means to be a good scholar of religion or a good theologian. So I look forward to hearing how the lessons are going. And I'll make some more specific videos for you later about each of the key thinkers. Okay, bye-bye.